Excuse me. I apologize for being late. I was talking to my mother. However, if that's all right, then we're going to carry on. And we're going to talk about the battle that you lose, the battles lost in the winning war, in the effort. You see, there is no contingency for victory. There is only the win and only the loss. There is nothing else. You must win. You cannot lose. A battle is a skirmish, ultimately, but the war is the totality of all the skirmishes. So if I lose many skirmishes, but still ultimately win what is everything that we are fighting for, then who ultimately lost? You give a person battles for their moral victories. Morale, once again, I laugh because they say that morality is given unto the weak by the victorious. If that be the case, then I most definitely am in a case of where I'm winning, not losing. Because in a war that you win and battles lost, there are many things that people will overlook and oversee and overreach. One of those things, one of the most important things that they overlook and oversee and overreach is one's ability to sense their enemy's next move, to apply what their enemy has done and say, I have learned from this. See, in the battles lost in the winning war, you have given your enemy a false sense of, of confidence. What up, bro? See, I could talk about the wall right now. I could talk about the trade war right now. Talk about a lot of things. People don't understand. There's more going on than what they see, than what they realize, than what they understand. I'm going to pull up part of my email real quick. And I just want you guys to understand this part right here is that throughout my entire, whatever you call this, on YouTube, one moment. See, I've always tried to show people the things that I listen to, that I may take part into, as in to give it my ear or my eyes. One moment. Well, let me share. Okay, here we go. Bam. Now we're going to go to the website real quick. I'm going to read all of it. But we're going to read a lot of it. Trade war. Intense scrutiny will weigh down China's M&A activity in 2019. UWC analyst says. Give me one moment. The prospect of U.S.-China trade negotiators walking away from the table would seriously stifle cross-border deals, said senior analyst with accounting giant PwC. Now, this is by a Laura He. I want y'all to understand what they're really trying to say right now. Before we go any further, see, I've been talking about this stuff for a long time. People always talk about how China's so powerful. China can do this. China can do that. For years and years and years and years, and even till now, the United States remains possibly the only country that can mobilize 100,000 people, not 50,000, but let's say 100,000 people with supply and gears and move them right now. And the logistical malfunctions that they would encounter would be far lesser than a group like China for moving almost the same number of people, believe it or not. I know people don't want to believe that, but it's okay. It's all right. The trade war with the U.S. and heightened scrutiny of Chinese deal making overseas could weigh heavily on China's mergers and acquisitions in the year ahead, according to the global accounting firm PwC. The prospect of the current trade negotiations between the world's largest economies ending in a stalemate is potentially a strong blow that could crimp cross-border deals, said senior analyst at the company on Tuesday. When they say cross-border, they're talking about companies that have to do business between the two of them to get their business done. That's exactly what it means. They can tell you whatever, but that's what it means. If you need these two companies or countries, excuse me, to do business, you need for them to do business at a rate where you can stay in business. Can't stay in business, it's over. Even if a satisfactory resolution were reached, the level of political scrutiny of larger deals in those in sensitive areas such as technology would still persist. Now, I'm going to show you guys some emails from the SCMP, and you guys will understand why they're talking about with technology. And it's really talking about 5G when it says technology. Data released by PwC released on Tuesday found the overall value of China's M&A activity last year remained flat at US $678 billion as a rise in private equity investments outweighed a large decline in outbound deals. What they're saying is that people who put money into companies, right on, were outweighed the decline in the export. So people investing made up for the money that people lost in the export. So if people invested in your business, then you didn't actually lose, you probably actually gained. But that's only so many businesses. There are just too many uncertainties. Buyers and sellers are tending to hold and wait and see are tending to a wait and see attitude. So the deal market will be more quiet in short term, said David Brown, deals leader for the Asia Pacific at PwC. My biggest worry is still the China-U.S. trade talks. It's not just about trade, but more fundamental issues between the two countries, like technology transfer, their strategic strategies, their strategic advantages, role of state, and the rule of economy. It will reset the base relationship between the two superpowers. Stop right there. We're done reading this. Right on. The whole point is that everybody tries to tell you that these guys are so, China is so this, so that, so this, so that, you know. Give me one moment to answer that question, bro. Give me one moment, and then I'm gonna break it all down. But first, I got to do a lot of other stuff. And in short, right now, yes, I believe that all 12 tribes are black people, without a doubt. Now, with that said, the whole point of why I showed you guys that And so that way you can understand that walking away from the table of a trade deal is over for China. China's done. China's done. Why do you think they invested so much into the companies that are still doing so well? Because they need them to do exceedingly well to balance out those that don't do well. Right. That's the whole point of that. Did you know the largest investor in the Chinese foreign stocks are the Americans? Mm. It tells you something. All right. However, the lost battle and the winning war of one Donald Trump is this. See, he's lost many of these battles. Jed Clampett, white trash in the White House, that guy. He's lost many of these battles, but he's actually winning his war. And his war is to stay in office for another 4 years so that way he can really do damage. Now, other people are like, we got to get through this year first. That's true. That's very true. But with countries like Russia saying that they're ready for another Cuban Missile Crisis style scenario with the US, one can take that as one of two ways. They can say that the Russians are playing the game of we didn't collude and we're trying to show that we didn't collude, or we colluded and we're trying to separate ourselves from the situation, from the situation. Either or, I couldn't care less. But what's most important is that the fact that a country would say to another country, let's get it popping whenever you want to, it tells me only one thing. The most important thing is that whatever's about to come out is not going to stop the president from being able to do what he's trying to do, which is stay in office for another 4 years. I said this a long time ago. Not a Trump supporter. I just understand how important his role is in some of these things that I read within the scripture. See, one cannot have a victory without there being battles. One cannot win a war without there being a totality of these battles playing out amongst the troops, because that's who are fighting these battles at every level, from logistics, which encompasses your communications and your supplies. You understand that? Okay. And it also encompasses your ability to transport and move. All things that require thought and consideration are logistics. All things. With that said, in a battle where people have expended many logistics, many of their resources to win battles that were seemingly important, they thought would take the high ground. They've lost. They've lost actually stupendously. To have given the president any money to build the wall is a loss. And to have given him over $1 billion is a most definite loss. They gave him over 25% of what he asked for. Right. Do that number that he got times 4, and you're really close to 5.7. So you're filling in all the areas that are most important. Now the bidders are coming in, and they will bid because there's money to bid for. And we'll do it at this price, this good, at this rate. Let me see your work. Let me see your work. And then when all the bids come in, you guys will understand soon enough what I was talking about weeks ago. What will soon be months ago. See, I'm not stupid. It's just unfortunate that the other ones won't listen and they won't take into heed what it is that is important. When you lose battles to win wars, it is always a strategic effort. There is never a moment that you waste without looking at the potential of the action, of the loss. But if the loss does not incur, it does not bring encouragement. I mean, speaking too quickly. However, if it does not bring upon you definite defeat at the largest level, which is at the war level, because the war level is at every effort. A war is virtually one body versus another body, and every molecule and an atom, subatom, every piece of nuclear energy that is a frequency, everything that is a nuclear frequency matters, and it is all a thing that is truly important. I watch none of the camps, and moving forward, it is one of those things that if people realize that your body is fighting a war at all times, you are in a war at all times because you are alive. You will lose many battles. You have to realize how important the battles are to you and if they matter to you. See, I'm winning the war. The war right now is fighting with a court system that first accused me of of activities and actions that I should not have been engaged in, to now where they're willing to question my mental competency. But for them to question that would be for them to question the actual certifications of people who are professed in fields that they are not professed in themselves. With that said, it is important that as you lose small battles to win your war, you see, you must be ready, you must be adept and equipped to take on those who are willing to come forth. And the battle is lost in a losing war. For those who are fighting against you, because they've actually lost those battles, they'll realize if you win the war, you actually won those battles as well. Right. So the battles lost in their losing war will be what? Will be what? Nothing. They will have nothing. They will have the same thing that everyone else will have to say. I was just doing my job. And if that day comes in life that you live, then be happy. Unless you are the one who was going to claim that you were just doing your job, then you will die a death that no man can wish upon you. And I have not wished upon you. I don't have the ability to get that creative. But what shall happen to those in that day of, I was just doing my job? They shall lose the war. And they will realize that all those battles that they thought they won were actually fruitless, purposeless, right? And it served them no good thing. They are losing. They are losing at a rapid pace. They are losing their battles. I need you to understand that if you lose battles, you need to win your war. If it seems that you have won your battles, question where you are at in your war effort. You should always lose a little more than you win to understand that there is a system against you, one that works solely in the purpose of seeking to hold you down and oppress you. See, your death as a black man and a black woman will give you nothing in this war unless those who are fighting on the same side as you also fight that same battle. Right. And if they lose that battle, they know that they must do what? Win that war. There is no question. There is no contingent for victory. There is no substitute. There is no substitute. And that is a sure fact. So it pays to be on the winning side of the war and not the losing side. They hate you because guess what? You are who you are as a person, and you pursue things that they wish that you did not pursue. They hate you because you are not afraid of them. Because you are not afraid of them, they seek to give you death. Because they seek to give you death, you fight ever more vehemently for your life. These are small battles, brothers and sisters, that you must realize that if I lose this battle, the war must be mine. How many battles can one lose until the war is over? Realizing that I have also lost my war. Do not feel like your enemy who is losing battles and losing his war. If your battles are lost in a winning war, then it's okay because you will always have time to stand back and look and say, well, I did this wrong. I did this wrong. Did this wrong. When I say battles lost in a winning war, I mean that you are learning from your mistakes. You are not simply giving in to the most basic frequencies that would allow you to fold. This happened to me today. I was told that I was told that I had court today. When I showed up to court, the judge was almost a whole 30 minutes late coming out. A pro temp, in my eyes, not a real judge, somebody filling in. And they have gone out of their way to mix and muddle up the system that I am fighting against. But today I felt the best I have ever felt because for the first time, I had a woman judge preside over me in Seattle. Well, the second time, actually, I lied. This is the first time, though, that all the women showed what they were trying to do. And there was a lady who was representing me, a prosecutor who was a woman, the bailiff was a woman, the judge was a woman. And as it became clear to the judge that I would not fold like a wet towel, that I would not become as butter and marshmallows under heat, and that my spine was not made of jello cubes, that she said, we need security. Now, mind you, my tone was not much different than it is now, talking very calmly. The judge just did not like the fact that I stood up for myself. See, today I could say that I lost a battle, but ultimately I see that the war is being won because they have fallen back from their initial charges, no longer being charged with a false statement and unlawful possession. If you guys understand that, and going through now through a mental health court. Battles lost in the winning war. See, if you were Martin Luther King telling these people this, I don't know if 1968, I don't think they had the internet back then. They had to go face to face with people. But just imagine somebody like him saying that to these people. Right on. They would be all on his side. If the police officers killed me, they'd be all on my side because I'd be dead. And then people would say, oh, he's dead now. There's nothing you can do for him, but we can do something for the next man. Because I'm not dead, they feel nothing for me. They feel as if what I have gone through is my own fault. But I asked them if that was their brother in those handcuffs that those police officers were dealing with in that manner, what would they have done? I asked them even furthermore, if they were in those handcuffs, knowing that they had done nothing wrong, what would they have wanted someone else to do? It pays to fight in the war, even when you lose battles, because you will win in the end if you stay convicted. I show you the things that I show you because I understand what's going on. The wall is being built. I don't have to keep telling you that. I know this for a fact. Believe me when I say the percentage of the wall, the effectiveness of the wall will be something boistered in the 2020 campaign of one Donald Trump, the treason, as I like to call it. They hate me because I tell the truth. They hate me because I say things that no one else wants to hear. They're nothing. They're nothing. Come that day, they too will be hit with the sword, but I feel nothing for them. Not even iota of mercy, a shred of it. And when they can say and look up to the skies, I was just doing my job, and that day I will feel great for the fate that falls upon them. All of them. Couldn't care less their color of skin or what they look like. I feel more so about that for the people who look like me. I cannot wait till they get what they get, till they get what they deserve. They've asked for it, but not my people. I hate my enemies, every last one of them, and I have nothing to lose by hating them. Nothing. Not even a battle or a skirmish. It's a mere reality. These people hate me. Do you understand that? They hate me because I stand up for myself. And I encourage you to stand up for yourself, whatever that takes to do. There is no excuse for not fighting for your life. Not one. And I would never tell you to fold like a wet blanket or become butter or marshmallows under heat. Nope. Would never tell you to do that. Would never tell you to put in your spinal column jello cubes. So all those things were easier to do. I would tell you to stand up for yourself. And in the face of moderate destruction, have soul, have much of it. They can't take your soul from you. They don't have control of that. But for those of you that are afraid, then you shall lose. I love it. They think they've won something. In this weekly update, they're sad because I'm holding to the fire everything that they've ever said. They can't even explain to me why we all don't look the same, don't act the same, don't think the same. They're despicable monsters. Have I always said that people are different and they deserve a different level of credence per person? Of course I have. My people are not from here. They're brought here. We're strange Negroes. We did much for this land, and we get nothing in return. I'm ready to leave this land. I have nothing to give. I have nothing else that I want to give them. Nothing. My people are sad for wanting to stay here. They're pathetic. And if for every one of them who wants to stay here, I gladly wish death upon them. Gladly. Pray that they expire as fast as possible. They're garbage. I want to leave and be out of this land. I want for the things that are written down that only a man who has faith can obtain. They want you to believe their stories of ancient Africa, ancient Kemet, and there's nothing else outside of that, huh? Yet they can't even explain biological genetic diversity amongst the people, but they want you to believe that they're all one. They sicken me, and they deserve to die. We need not them amongst our presence nor in our ranks. They are the worst common denominator and the lowest frequency, and for that they should perish alone. When I say these things to you, feel no way, because I couldn't care less if the people hold on to it or not, retain it or not. I am saying things that are actually true and that matter. See, when you lose battles to win wars, one has to give in to the things that are actually real, the things that actually happen. What gain is there for me to act belligerent within a courtroom and then be escorted into the jail, though I've done nothing wrong? Right. There is no need for that. Who's willing to bail me out for the felonious charge, the bullshit charge that they decided to trump up against me? Just remember that these guys who you listen to have never fought a criminal charge, a civil charge. They're really not who they say they are. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Stokely Carmichael, Mr. Fred Hampton himself. You understand? Peoples that they can actually go and look for. They were held to a different standard. And charging a black man who had a mind with the crime was the least of their worries. I already told you they live in concrete plantations. Because I don't live in the plantation, and they hate me for not living on the plantation, I'm able to think for myself. Thinking for myself gives me the ability to say to the other people on plantations, think for yourself and be objective. But they hate me for that because they would hate for a man to become objective to their message and their plight and the things that they preach amongst the people. It takes just as much faith to believe that you are a Kemite as it does you are a Semitic Hebrew, an Israelite. It takes the same level of faith. It takes the same level of faith. The fact that these people have yet to acknowledge the wrong mentality of people who are so-called Kemites, sons of Kam. Right, you know him as Ham, but Kam is his name in the Septuagint, giving rise to Comet, Kemet. But his Alexandrian name, his Greek name is Kaf. That's neither here nor there. And if you read it the other way, it's Chaff. That's neither here nor there. However, you lose battles to win wars. You give up much that is important. And you fight a fight that many people would never fight. I hate my enemies. I pray death upon them, every single one of them. I have no love for them. Faceless cowards. People listen to them and take them more serious than somebody that they can see and hold accountable. It tells me how serious I am to take them. Right. And they can say whatever to be polite in their souls as they believe. That is a fact. That's what they deserve. They are faceless cowards. And the people fold like wet blankets to listen to them. But do you know that those faceless cowards have dossiers being built upon them right now at this very moment as we speak? Come that day, they'll be the ones snatched up because they haven't been accosted nor rebuked right now. And the battles that they're winning, they perceive to win, will be a losing war. And in their minds, permanently, they will see that they have actually lost all of those battles in a war that they never won. The opposite one, the other side won. I'm realizing, seeing, thought I was losing all these battles, but no, I'm actually winning more than I thought I was. Winning much more than I thought I was. I will win the war. And it's not because I have lost battles that don't matter. It's because victories that didn't change the outcome were given to my enemy who believed in nothing but that moment. See, I'm much more different than I put on. They'll never say that to you because they can't think like that. They don't have the mind. They hate me because of this. Trust. They hate me because of this. They can say whatever they'd like to say. Shave faced monkeys who would never show you their face in the first place. They're afraid. Or they're monkeys who don't grow any facial hair at all. And they make me laugh. I am me for this reason. For this reason. Why people are different. And for somebody to acknowledge the genetic difference between a white skinned Asian and a white man, but not to acknowledge the difference between a brown skinned man and another brown skinned man who are of obviously different genetic constitution is a disrespect. But I am fighting in a battle knowing that I must win the war. I give this battle to my enemy. I didn't lose. I know that I capitulated to the idea, the image of a loss. Nothing more. What do they know about walking over a mile in the snow? Some parts of it literally uphill. For peanuts on the hour. What do they know about that? What do they know about not being able to get a job because you actually did the right thing? What do they know about that? What do they know? They are cowards of the worst kind, and they deserve nothing but death. Yet, my people give them so much love, no objectivity, won't even think against them. That is their problem. See, if I talked about the wall ever further, people would realize this man's not wrong at all. In fact, It would behoove me to speak on the wall as being something much more tangible to my way out of this land called Babylon. But I'm stupid. See, that's why that guy called me insane all those months ago. Because I'm doing the same thing repetitiously. And I know what result I will get, though I do it. But I have done it so that way a man cannot say it has not been done. Man didn't look for me. How hard did he search? Man didn't look for me. They hate me because I give to them what is needed but not wanted. These people are garbage. They forgive themselves without the Most High forgiving them. For all evil that I've done, I don't hate myself all the time. Sometimes I do, but I don't forgive myself because I am not empowered to forgive what it is that is wrong. I'm realizing this. It must be those that I have wronged that forgive me. It's that simple. There is no in between. For he who has done wrong to say I am absolved because I will not let myself feel guilty, they are the bastard. And they are the bastard that I pray eats death, eats it, consumes it, devours it, that they may not live again, ever, in any capacity, in the minds, hearts, or souls of the people, that they be an example of what is not to be on this earth. Battles lost in a winning war. It doesn't say whose side those battles are on, and it doesn't say who won that war. See, I told you earlier before, if you lose battles to win the war, it's all good. But if you lose and you lose, then it's all bad. I am me, permanently me, not afraid to be me. Only cowards are afraid to be themselves. Only the cowards, only the weak. Because I'm so dabbered down today, because I'm so laid back, no loud voice, they believe that there is something wrong. There's nothing wrong. Everything is okay. I just must profess what it is that is on my soul. The war that you win is much more important than a battle that is lost. Far more important. Win the battle to lose the war, it's purposeless. Lose the battle, win the war, people praise you. They love you. Never forget about you. Fighting a fighting a tidal wave all by myself feels good. There will be no one in the end to say, "We helped that man. We helped that man get there." But a few people who wrote good letters, kind letters about who they believed I am to them, that I asked them to do. Those people. all I care about. They asked for nothing in return. They don't even know their words help you win the war. To read their words and to become encouraged and emboldened, literally. What happened? I am not a perfect person. I don't even care to try to be. Far from it. I tell people all the time, tell the babies to go away, put the babies to sleep, whatever. Not him. I'm not. I'm not the guy that you want your kid to watch and say you want to be like him when you grow up. You don't want to be like. You don't want your kid to be like me. My parents worry for me all the time. Worry if I'm going to go out there and get killed by the police all the time. Worry if so many people are just going to gang up on me that I can't defend myself, and then I go like that all the time. Right? Just worried about me. I'll be fine. Made it a long time without any real physical help from other people. That's the truth. That is the truth. See, these guys aren't they're not a factor. They don't threaten the system at all. I threaten the system, the entire system. I'll be sad about it. Who cares? I couldn't care less. Be sad about it. How many people do you think are gonna have information redacted, withheld? Right? Nobody. Come on. It's the truth. How many people you think are gonna have information uh, exempted? Saying these guys are who they say they are, people. I am who I say I am. It's too bad that being who you are and who you say you are isn't what it used to be. It really is. But I'm not mad at black people. I'm not mad at them at all. I still love them to death. You know, the saddest thing about when I'm talking about it that nobody wants to believe me. Battles lost in the winning war are not an easy effort. It takes so much out of you, so much energy, so much time. Your resources are splintered. This is why they're gonna die. Because they've only fought in battles. They've never fought in wars. You understand? They've never fought in battles. Or they've never fought. They've only fought in battles, never fought in wars. Bam. These guys are the fakest of the fake. They lose battles that they thought they won, right on, and a war that the other side is winning. I'd rather lose a battle legitimately, lost, and win my war every time. No question. There's no question. They can hate me for it. They can love me for it. That's the truth. What can you do? If you lose your war, it's over. If you lose a battle, a major battle, a battle that may be pivotal in the war, still, if you win the war, you get it. You know, the Battle of Bulge, if people have ever looked that up, was a crucial offensive. Many people from Patton Third's army got touched, touched. Without the Battle of Bulge, it's arguable that D Day doesn't happen the way that it happened. There were some crucial pieces of land that were crossed over that made the landing of D Day possible. That's something that a lot of people don't know. However, I'm just talking because they don't think I know shit. They can go look it up. Fuck them. That's how I feel. Right. And that's the truth. So, how much more do I need to get out there? How much more do I need to say? You can lose a battle or two, my friends, and you still win your war. Hell, you can lose battles that they thought were crucial so long as you win the war. Do you know what the war effort is in the end? It's when people realize that you're right and that they were never right. That's the war. That's the real war. You're right and they're wrong. Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? There is good and evil, and you either play into it or you play out of it, but you will play one of the sides. And if you win your battle, lose your war, it says everything about you. If you lose the battle, win the war, it says everything about you. And if you can step back and realize that I never lost any battles in that winning war, I forgave or I forwent victories. I literally let them be undiscovered. And you will realize that you were always winning the entire time. I'm learning as I go. My learning curve will stop when I stop learning. But you will lose battles to win your war. There is no question about that. There is no question about that. Everything is a trying effort. You see, everything is a do your best you can. There is no moment where you can't. You can't afford that. If you find out that you're about to lose the war in the end, guess what that means? You're one of these people who thought you were winning so much, and you probably won a lot more. Probably had a lot more. Don't be mad because now all of a sudden you realize you're not going to have anything. Your death is a needed thing. Your destruction is needed. For those of you that didn't realize you were fighting in a war and fought against yourself and your own progress, you will feel the heat as well. For those of you who knew you were in a war and did nothing to further your progress, you will feel the heat. For those of you who thought that your people were something that they were not, you will feel the heat. For those of you who do not realize that I am not who you thought I was, you will feel the heat. I've given much more than I've taken away. That's hard to believe. I have given much more than I've taken away. I fast regularly to not take from Mother Earth or whatever you call that planet we live on, because it is a she. While they go feed their children with Dairy Queen or Jack in the Box or Hardee's or whatever it is they put in their stomach and excuse themselves and say, "Oh, I've done a good job," they will realize that they are nothing but the devil. I had many, I'm trying to tell you, I've had many situations in my life. Right on? Many. Not scared or nothing. And just took it. And just took it. It's different than to be humbled and to fight your war, knowing that battles have already been lost, knowing that every junction is crucial. Black people, when I say my heart is only for you, I literally mean that. Couldn't care less about these other people. Some of them are all right, but there's so many of them that are fucked up. Just rather that they all die and let them figure it out in the underworld and shale or whatever they call it. It's 3:30. Oh, like I said, it's 3:30. I got a few more minutes left in me. I couldn't care less if people are doing whatever. Doesn't matter to me. All I have is a sharp sword and a sharper tongue. I've been so polite today. I mean, like people don't even know. Been real laid back. It just doesn't matter to me. None of this matters. Not a piece of it. Because guess what? You're gonna still live the life that you live. I'm still gonna live the life that I live. If you can't accept that, if you can't embrace that or appreciate that, nothing that I'm saying will matter. Nothing that I do will matter. The God of everything is so. Oh, check you out. I was getting ready to cash my chips in because that's who I am. I don't stay on these things too long, sister. You know how I do. Tired of all this nonsense. Everybody thinks they're smarter than me, so you know, I just yes, I'm sorry. But don't feel bad because this is one of those ones where I mean, to be perfectly honest, I didn't even really go. I'm not even going in on nobody. My whole tone has been what you're hearing right now. Like I haven't gone too many octaves up. I've been so laid back the whole time. But it's not what niggas want to hear. I don't ever say what they want to hear. I say what they need to hear. But I don't say what they want to hear. Big difference, you know. But I will be back tomorrow because I'm ready for my next version of the White Heaven. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm perfectly fine. Everything is gravy. I'm just I'm learning to step back from all of this stuff. Like today I had a situation and I'll repeat it to you because you're just getting here. But I had a situation where I was able to realize like I'm I'm hella winning right now. Like I'm so far ahead of these people. I'm not talking about anything that I do online. I'm talking about like my real life, like with the courts. These dudes, they're trying to put me in a mental health court. They're trying to they want to literally try to brush what happened off and try to make it seem as if I have issues. But now I have the ability to show. Now I'm gonna have the chance to go to the place I got the mental health evaluation at and show them that the Seattle courts is questioning their edification, their certification, and I'm going to be able to show them that they're edified, bona fide, certified. Everything is going to work out a certain way. You understand what I'm talking about? Even if it's in a different location, even if the place I went to has relocated, you can't. For example, you can't. You, as a commissioner, you're a commissioner in the courts. As a pro temp, you're a pro temp. The point is that even as a commissioner, you're allowed to a certain jurisdiction of the law to see the law. So, so when you have people who are questioning the credentials of another individual, it's normally a person who's within the same department or same billet of work that they are. If I have a judge who's saying that a mental health specialist is not certified or qualified, whatever, right? If they're questioning that, that would be like me as a regular person questioning their ability to be a judge. You understand? Based on whatever my understanding as a professional is. So already it's unconstitutional. But so this is why, like, once again, I'm so laid back. Like, I don't even understand. This is how I normally am. Not my normal, natural me. Y'all don't see me every day. So y'all don't see me do my thing every day. I'm normally dabbered down, way dabbered down. I just be excited when I talk to y'all because I'd be so happy to deal with my people, you know. But I don't mind showing people who I am. Like I'm just as laid back as the next cat, you know. Probably even way more laid back than them, you know. I said I've been working. I've been able to do my thing for other people now for going on a week. I feel good about that. Right, but they have though. But they have. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's called battles lost in the winning war. If niggas remember, anything I done before, not talking about you. I'm talking about these niggas who come in here and want to look at my shit and want to try to take stuff away from. You gotta understand how many cats really try to really bite off the work I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like they can't. They hate me. They hate me. They hate me, sister. They hate me with a passion. I'm not. I'm not a Pan Africanist guy. Matter of fact, I'm totally against Pan Africanism, but that's neither here nor there. What is here, what is now, like you just said, a judge is not qualified to judge or to give credence to my mental state. Not at all. So, for a judge to have said that a mental health evaluation was not certified or not qualified, it goes against their ability to be a judge, right on? Who is he? Once again, this is what I'm talking about, though. I've already won, y'all. Like, I'm hella winning, right? I'm hella winning. Had a faggot ass nigga try to say in this video. That's how I know this dude's a faggot, because he tries to make these references to people's rectums being invaded by white supremacy. And he threw the 12 inches on it, right on? You feel me? And I laughed. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's a fag, you know? Nobody's seen his face. People have seen my face. They know what I look like. They know who I am. They know everything that I tell them. They can look me up. Right. But that's the truth. This is the truth. These dudes are fags. And they want to talk about your situation. While they got tens of thousands of subscribers. These niggas are petty, cuz. I'm trying to tell you. I can't say who. Once again, you'd have to go back and look for the videos of name dropping is for the stupid to understand what I'm talking about. But this guy, anyway, my lawsuit that I have against Pierce County, King County, and overall the state of Washington for commissioning all this nonsense is so incredible. I'm gonna win. I'm alive. This is like being a guy who got locked up in prison for hella years, unjustified. I'm gonna win. And I know for a fact I'm gonna win. You know. I just I just know that it's a rough road to be on. It's not easy for anyone. Black people don't have it easy. I understand that. I get that. What I don't understand, what I don't get about black people is that why they're so quick to give what little they do have to people who don't care about them. They hate you. I love you. I have no reason to love you other than the fact that I love people, but I love my people so much more than anybody else. I don't give a damn. They're not unabashed so much to show you their face and say that I love you, literally. And there are those of you that I hate, literally. They're scared. They're not built of the same material. They better realize come that day of I was just doing my job. I pray they're not around me because I got something for them. Brothers and sisters, as I get ready to call it a day, it's early, but it's late, but it's early, but it's late for me. You see, it's all these guys who want things from the people. You know, those things that they want from the people, I go and work for. Can you dig that? I'm going to put my ass on the line for, and I work really, really, really diligently for. I have the right to feel like that. Oh, trust me, sister. I know you do. I know you do. There's a funny thing about people. Right on. There's a funny thing about people and whether or not they really actually love people. And I know you love me, and I know I love you because there's nothing we haven't never seen each other, don't know each other. Right on. Legitimate, honest gratitude between one individual to the other. People don't understand that. At least the witchcraft has given them the ability to be very, very grateful. What's up, bro? But I'm just ready to say fuck it. I mean, like, I'm done. Here in a little bit. I'm like literally done. I know I drag it on whenever people come out and blah 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 blah, but no, I feel really good about it. Like once again, people don't know. Like my regular average tone is like just like this. I always say this stuff to y'all. I stress this all the time. I stress it all the time. My normal talking tone is not very loud, not very whatever. Done with the stream, bro. I'm almost done with the stream. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you just like this before I end out. I trained this little African boy at work this week for a couple days. Really, what happened is that the first day he got trained, he didn't get trained very good. So I had to go super duper in on him to get him up to speed, sort of up to speed. His cousin who is running the warehouse didn't feel like he could do it all. So he put him on the line with another guy who is used to working harder. And they don't understand that, no offense to mixed breed people, right? But the little mixed dude that I had to show the other day, like I was training with the other day, you know, like people who've had things given to them don't understand what it is to work hard, you know. And a white dude that has nothing but hard work in him is going to be one of those type of people that I might be able to say, okay, yeah, he knows what it is, he knows what it ain't. Africans get to come here and just eat off the back of black people's. You're literally their table, and they eat off of your back. And if you act like you're gonna move, they just kick you in the face. Black people are so fucking stupid. And like, okay, kick me in my face. It ain't like beat me on my back like white folks. Niggas are so dumb. This is why I can't stand most black people in that capacity. I don't. I feel nothing for an immigrant. Nothing. If your name is not Melvis Usidame, fuck you. Can you dig that? As far as being an African is concerned. And that brother knows who he is. So if he gets around to seeing this video, he'll know. You know what I'm saying? I don't deal with no other Africans. Not one. Melvis Usidame is the only one that I deal with. I ain't gonna throw him all out into the shit. But power and name, come on, my brother. I don't fuck with any of the rest of them. Demetrius said some shit about American descendants. Melvis didn't do nothing. He's good people. Shit, I love Melvis. Shit, that's my brother. Fuck the bullshit. Don't let me get excited. That's my brother. Melvis has been there since the beginning. Right. Little do they know, he's been there since the very beginning. Since my very beginning. He's watched my absolute growth. What good did who? Melvis do? Melvis is himself. Just another African dude who ain't did no wrong. He's not even here in America. He's in the UK. So the good that he's done will only have been felt over there. But if to escape and just not to speak bad on black people, follow me. If just to escape and not speak bad on black people here in the States, right? And to understand our plight and to understand that the reason why he's able to escape into the UK is because of black people from the US. Black people from the UK understand that it was brothers from the US who made it pop over there. They understand that. They know that. Okay? So it's not me backtracking nothing. It's just one dude that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? That I feel like I've left out. Cause normally, I mean, I always talk about him anyway, power and name, I bring him up, but like just to let niggas know, like, yeah, he's an African dude, you feel me? But he's a brother African. He's not one of those bald-faced Africans. Anyway, with all that said, when I talk about losing the battle to win a war, right on, that brother understood and understands right now what it's like to lose battles to win wars. You know, some of the people who've grown up right here in the good old US of A, they've had it so good their whole life, they don't understand what it's like. They don't even know that they're in the battle. They don't even know that they're fighting a war at all. Once again, fuck what these niggas is talking about. Go look at the videos. I can prove it. I can literally prove it. American descendants of slaves. Your boy said in a video about 4 or 5 videos ago. Can you dig it? Literally. All these dudes who were talking about it now, these niggas are late to this shit. These niggas are late to this shit. These niggas are late to this shit. I've been here. I've been there. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Battles lost in the winning war. I lost all kinds of battles in this war that I'm winning. All types of battles. I'm not even talking about all this shit on YouTube. I'm just talking about my regular life. I talk about YouTube. I have to talk about how all these niggas have been biting all my shit for the last 2 or 3 years. And I can't even get a shout out. But fuck the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We'll just talk about right here physical life. You know. And that's word is bond. And I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Sister, mad respect to you. As soon as I get my next check, I'm buying a charger for my Apple, my MacBook. I'm gonna get my Noah's triplets back popped off. I'm gonna send it out to you. You're gonna be able to edit it. I have to make a video probably tomorrow, talking about how fucking I won't be able to go to Geneva. These niggas are trying to put me in mental health court. So that shit's gonna take like another year. You see what I'm saying? So I go to court on March 5th in Seattle. I'm gonna have to deal with these motherfuckers. That shit'll probably take like a year. So I'm not gonna be able to do nothing in Geneva this year. All the things that I wanted to do this year, they're fucking putting a halt on. Just hating on me. Right. Exactly. I've already accepted this shit's gonna take like at least a year. I already know how this shit goes. You gotta go to all the fucking mental fucking health classes and shit like that. Depending on if it's paid for or not, depends on how fast you get it done. Because if you got to pay out of your own pocket, then that shit might be fucking 50, 60 bucks a class. You know what I'm saying? And you might have to do fucking 20 classes. So if you do the real quick math, you feel me? You know, times 50, my nigga, that's $1,000, just like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and that's $1,000 out of my pocket for everything that I have planned for the year, outside of, you know, just trying to get it done as fast as I possibly could. Like, there's just, you know, once again, y'all, like, yes, they're not. I've gone through this type of shit before. This is why I'm talking the way I'm talking, y'all. Like, understand me. I've been through this shit before. These niggas who talk that shit have never been through it. They've never been through fucking litigation. I've been through litigation. I know how this shit goes. That's why I can talk the way I talk. And don't none of these fucking punk ass niggas be like, oh no, he's wrong. They've never been through it, so they don't know. Yeah. But anyway, you see what I'm talking about? You see what I mean? Because I know that there's 1,001 individuals on YouTube who everybody gets to listen to. You feel me? And some of these niggas sound like they're informed, but they're not. They don't really have to do shit. They're not really. They don't really do nothing, to be perfectly honest. And they're soft as fuck. This shit is, man, I'm trying to tell you. I've had to pay for classes before in the past. That's nothing. That's nothing. They make you pay for everything. They make you pay for everything in this motherfucker. They're not playing. When I say they're not playing, they're not playing. But I'm losing these little battles to win the war of they're colluding against me. You feel me? Good for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, once again, that's how I know that y'all my people, because man, y'all just don't know how many you have to listen to these people to know what they're listening to. So I know what people are listening to when they come with certain arguments and certain things, because I have to reach out and put my hands in the paint, you know. Anyway, Martin Etta, Tammy Bowser, you two are stalwart individuals. I salute you 1,000 times over. I really do. I got nothing but mad love and respect for y'all. Nothing but. If everything I've only done has only helped just y'all, and I know it's helped more than y'all, but if it only helped y'all, I would be so happy with that. You have no idea. You have no idea. I am so grateful and very happy that anything I say has permeated and has been helpful in any way, shape, or form. I appreciate you two so very much. I really do. Um, I'm gonna call it an end right now. You know what I'm saying? No, you had it right the first time. We cut from the same cloth. That's right. You ain't got to get all proper. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to get all proper. Yes, ma'am. Please do. Hey, I want y'all to enjoy yourselves. Whatever you do, please be safe and be careful. I would appreciate that. With that said, I love you guys. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm out.